So we're going to look at how you can write an equation in all three forms from a graph. So the first thing you want to do when you're trying to write an equation from your graph is you have to find a slope, you have to find your y-intercept if you can see it, and also identify a point. So if I look right here, I'm going to start by looking for my slope, and I'm going to look for my rise and my run. So if I look from here to here, and these points aren't actually on my graph, but I can tell where I cross my grid lines here, I can see that I have a rise of 1 and a run of 1, which means the slope of this line is 1 over 1, or just 1. Now the next thing I want to look for is my y-intercept. Your y-intercept, the place where it crosses your y-axis, is right here, and that point on this graph is at -2. And then finally, the last thing that's going to be helpful for me when I'm writing this equation, if I want point-slope form, is I need just a point. So I'm just going to take any point that's on this graph. I'm going to find its ordered pairs. And so this ordered pair, this has coordinates of 3, 1. From here, what I need to do is I need to think about each form. So I'm going to start with slope-intercept form because this line does have an intercept. And I'm just going to plug in my values for that. So I'm going to start off with y equals, and then my slope, the slope of this line is 1. And then I've got my x. And I want to add my y-intercept. My y-intercept is -2, so I'm actually going to do -2. So in slope-intercept form, this equation is y equals 1x minus 2. Okay? Now for point-slope form, remember, I'm going to use a point and a slope. So still, I'm going to take my form, y minus, and this time I want the y value of my ordered pair, which is here, 1. That's going to equal my slope, which was also 1. And then I'm going to do x minus the x value of my ordered pair, which is 3. Okay, so that's slope-intercept form and that's point-slope form. Remember, they are easy to write if you can identify your slopes, your intercept, and your point. Now to write an equation in standard form, we can't do that from these values. What we actually have to do is we're going to take our slope-intercept form equation and we're going to convert it into standard form. So I'm going to start with y equals 1x minus 2. Now remember, standard form, the x value has to come first. It's ax plus by. So what I need to do is get this x value over to the other side, and it needs to come first. So in order to move it, I'm going to subtract 1x on both sides. And what I get when I have that is I have -1x plus y equals -2. And that is actually our standard form, because if we look at it, we have our ax value first, our by value second, and our c value all the way at the end. So remember, identify your slope, your y-intercept, and your point, and you can write slope-intercept form and point-slope form, and then just take your slope-intercept form and convert it into standard form.